Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bosch. The number of clean diesel models in North America will double by 2014. Bosch Clean Diesel. Good, clean, fun. Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems. Improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com. And by the 2013 Hyundai Sonata. Learn more at HyundaiSonata.com.
It's Tuesday, August 7th, 2012. Welcome to another episode of Autoline Daily. I'm Craig Cole, filling in again for John McElroy, but we'll hear from him a little bit later in the show. Anyway, here's what's happening around the automotive world. Like a cat with 90 lives, Spyker is back in the news. The little Dutch automaker is making waves once again. In a classic case of David and Goliath, the Wall Street Journal reports Victor Muller and Company is suing General Motors for $3 billion in damages. They filed suit in U.S. District Court in Detroit yesterday. They allege GM forced Saab into bankruptcy last year, and here's their argument. The Swedish automaker was allowed to use patents and technology from GM, but the General retained ownership of that intellectual property. In other words, Saab couldn't share it with anyone else. When Spyker tried to sell Saab to a Chinese company to raise desperately needed cash, GM said not so fast. Without money, Saab couldn't pay its suppliers, and without parts, it couldn't build cars. As you know, McElroy is out of town right now. In fact, he's up in Traverse City covering the management briefing seminars. For those of you not familiar with the geography of Michigan, that's way up here at the top of the mitten. MBS is an annual conference organized by the folks at the Center for Automotive Research. This year's event spans 4 days and hosts some of the biggest names in the industry. With an update from the conference, here's John.
One interesting tidbit that we learned at today's show is that Nissan expects another big earthquake to hit Japan. Hidetoshi Imazu, the executive vice president in charge of all manufacturing at Nissan, says they have expected circumstances that they're looking out for. In other words, the experts predict that another big earthquake could hit maybe in the Tokyo area, and Nissan wants to be ready to minimize any kind of production disruptions. Meanwhile, at Ford, John Fleming, the executive vice president in charge of manufacturing, said that Ford's going to add 400,000 units of capacity in North America this year without building a single new plant. They're going to go to 3-crew, 2-shift operations. Each shift will be 10 hours long, plus they'll work another 10 hours on Saturday. That way no worker has to go do more than 40 hours of work, but that will give Ford a 27% increase in capacity, like I said, without adding any plants. And then I also learned that Cooper Standard is coming out with what they call a diverter valve that goes inside an automatic transmission. It diverts the fluid in the transmission to heat it up, all with the eye on reducing friction in a transmission, and of course that's all got to do with fuel economy. Anyway, that's some of the tidbits of what came out in today's conference. I'll have another report tomorrow.
On the telematics front, Chrysler could be taking its terrific Uconnect infotainment system global. WardsAuto.com reports the technology could make its way into Fiat vehicles, and that includes Abarth, Alfa-Romeo, and Maserati. No timetable for this global introduction has been announced. Engineers in Auburn Hills, Turin, and Shanghai are working to tailor the system to drivers' needs in their respective markets. In related news, Chrysler has teamed up with Sprint to offer more Uconnect features in the U.S., including in-vehicle wireless internet and access to 911 services. General Motors Ventures, the venture capital branch of GM, is investing in an outfit called the Nano Steel Company. It's a firm that's developing a whole new class of steel, one that's stronger and lighter with greater ductility and cold formability. As the name implies, these metals feature nanoscale microstructures that give them these unique properties. As automakers fight to cut every single gram of mass they can, this technology could save them kilograms. Hybrid fuel economy numbers continue to get more impressive. Ford's C-Max hybrid just earned identical EPA city and highway ratings of 47 miles per gallon. This is significant because it bucks the trends of hybrids getting lower fuel economy on the highway compared to in the city, where the cars can use regenerative braking. Ford says the C-Max will be the most affordable hybrid utility vehicle in America. In motorsports news, the SRT Viper made its racetrack debut this weekend. The GTSR Coupe finished near the bottom of the scoring order at the American Le Mans Series race at Mid-Ohio. While more established teams took the top spots, the Viper squad said it was happy to finish the race with both of its cars intact. Up next, we'll take a quick look at the new Hyundai Elantra GT.
Reducing exhaust emissions, aerified diesel particulate filters, high filtration, low back pressure, small package size, excellent durability. DowAerify.com.
Here we have the Elantra GT at Michigan Speedway. And with the Elantra GT, it offers design, functionality, and 39 miles per gallon on the highway. So with the Elantra GT, it has similar appearance to Elantra sedan, but there's some differentiation. It has a unique grille. As you can see, it has a chrome accented grille. It also has projector headlights. And from the profile, from the side of the vehicle, you can see it has the fluidic sculpture design. And it has available 17-inch wheels with chrome accents, as well as side mirrors with integrated turn signals. From the rear, you can see it has a rear spoiler. Not only is it functional, but it's more aerodynamic, along with the standard rear wiper. One thing that's really cool about this feature, about this vehicle, it has a hidden badge concealed rear view camera. So when you put it into reverse, the badge electronically lifts up to reveal the rear view camera. Also, when you open up the trunk, the hatch, you'll see it has fold flat cargo capacity. And in addition, if you want to conceal something, like say you go running or hiking, you can put your shoes in this underfloor storage compartment as well. Now, Elantra GT is powered by a 1.8 liter engine that delivers 148 horsepower and 131 pounds-feet of torque, but the story is the fuel economy. Whether you get a manual transmission or an automatic transmission, you get 39 miles per gallon on the highway, and it's mated to a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic. So as you can see, the Elantra GT offers design, fuel efficiency, and it's highly functional.
You know, that is not a bad-looking little hatchback. Base price for the Elantra GT is just a bit more than $19,000, and that price includes destination and delivery charges. And that's the exciting conclusion of today's episode of Autoline Daily. We do thank you ever so much for joining us, and we hope you'll come back again tomorrow.